welcome back to Not So Grand Garage. Today, I'm out in the driveway, and I think today's the day we're gonna get this thing done, get it in the shop, and get it sprayed. We'll see. But first up, I gotta finish prepping this body out. Now, I'm not going to fix all the little dings and dents and stuff like that because it's just not important to me. So what we're gonna do is go over everything. Everything's gonna get sanded down. We'll feather in any paint chips, stuff like that. There's a few areas that I need to hit with some high build primer, let that cure up. But first up, before I've got to pull the bed off this thing too. But I want to get up top and get the roof sanded and prepped first. So that's where we're going to start. Then we'll come down, cut the bed supports, and try and get the bed off the truck. If that goes fairly smoothly, have the bed off, then hopefully we'll get it inside and get it ready to spray. But yeah, time for less talk and more work. As you can see, just knocking everything down, blending any chips or any paint changes, blending those in. And yeah, I'm not being real particular on how this looks or anything, just making sure it's relatively smooth. I will come back, and any bare metal is going to get a little primer shot over it. I'm going to go on and pull the lights off because they're just going to be in the way for now. I need to get this here off, get this mirror head off on both sides, some piddly stuff like that. I'll probably pull the wiper arms as well. And yeah, we'll keep going, get this all knocked out, and we might move down to the hood, get it knocked out. I may just go on and try to get as much of this little prep work done before I pull the bed, and then all we'll have to worry about is the back of the cab, which I'm not going to be real particular on because it's going to be covered up. I just want to, yeah, try to get it as best we can. Again, this is a work truck. It's a beater. It's 30 some odd years old. I'm not looking for show car quality. I'm looking for no rust holes and all one color. But I will be using the U-Pole Raptor Liner like we did on the Mercedes, which I didn't shoot that on video, so we'll be doing an in-depth video on shooting this one. Went with the olive drab green for this, so it's going to be olive drab and black. I think it'll look really good. But yeah, we'll keep plugging away at it, and shouldn't take long. I'm hoping to have the body prepped and ready to go by lunchtime today. That way I can get it rolled in the shop, get everything blown off of it, give everything a final wipe down, and yeah, get spraying. So we've got this side mostly knocked down. I do have to come back, and there's still some glossy areas I'm going to come back in and do by hand. But next up, I'm going to wipe down all these bare metal areas. Anything that went down to bare metal, any area where there's a rough edge like this, there's a lot of little rock chips and stuff down here. I'm going to wipe all this stuff down with acetone, let it dry off really well, and I'm going to go back over this with some high build primer, let that set up a little bit, knock it down just to kind of smooth everything out a little bit. Not looking for perfect, but I also don't want to just spray this coating over raw bare metal. So yeah, this will kill two birds with one stone, kind of help blend in some of the bad spots. As you can see, this fender up here is far from perfect. A lot of dents, a lot of dings. Is what it is. I do care, but at the same time I don't. At some point, if I can find another passenger side fender that's in better shape, I'll pick one up and respray it. But yeah, for the time being, I think it'll work just fine. So I'm gonna go on and clean this stuff up, and we'll shoot some primer over it and keep working. We got the other side of the truck to do, and then get in all the little corners and tight spots. Then yank the bed off. Once the bed is off, it's clean up space in the shop, roll the truck in, and hopefully we'll be ready to shoot it. Start taping everything off. That's the fun part. But anywho, as you can see, I was able to unbolt the mirrors on both sides, so that'll help a lot as far as taping everything off goes. Pull the lights off the top. I am going to just tape off the door handles, not too worried about that. Don't feel like pulling them. They will be getting painted anyways, so. But anywho, yeah, slowly but surely we're getting there. Well, I swore up and down I wasn't going to worry about the little dings and everything in this thing, but yeah, 3 hours later I pulled them the best I could. A little Bondini work, and smoothed everything out fairly well. So now I need to clean this off again, reshoot with primer over those areas, and yeah, it's pretty well ready to roll inside. I've got all the prep work on the hood, roof, everything done. As you notice, I've got the bed somewhat supported over here, cut loose from the truck. It's going to be real sketchy, but it is what it is. So I'm going to try to keep it held up with the tractor on this end, keep it held up with jacks over there, roll the truck forward into the shop, and sit it back down. And I'll re-support it with something a little bit stronger than these barrels. But for the time being, I think it'll work. We'll see. Well, it fits back in the shop. I got a good amount of room to get around it, get over the top of it, get around in front of it. So we got room to spray it. Now, this sketchy mess, I have got to figure out. I need to get it down at least to a safer level, so we don't chance it falling. But yeah, that bed's not light, and that tank's still got a little fuel in it, so that probably doesn't help any. But I think I will sit it down on the drums, nose the tractor around here, pick it up from this main support, and support the whole front of the bed. Knock these barrels out of the way and sit it down carefully. And then the jacks in the back, I can manipulate those however I need. But yeah, bed is off, truck is inside, and that is going to wrap up this part of this project. Next thing you're going to see is us spraying that, and that'll be fun. It's actually really easy to do, so yeah, I'll take you along for that too. It's real simple, it's quick, and it's going to make a world of difference in how this thing looks. We got everything taped up, everything is masked off, and we are ready to do a final wipe down and get this thing in a different color. So yeah, we're going to try to do that and try to get some decent video of it. What we're using, we've got 2 4-quart kits of the Tintable Raptor Liner, 2 4-pack kits of their olive green tint. So this is going to be like an olive drab when it's done, all trimmed out in black grill, black bumpers, black wheels, black mirrors. All the trim will be a satin black, and the flatbed, when I'm done with it, it's outside for now. I got some work to do on it, but when I'm done, it's also going to get a black Raptor coating on top. Should turn out real nice. I'm going to be ordering some toolboxes that are going to go up underneath the bed on both sides. Yeah, should be all right. So with that said, let's get this thing wiped down and start spraying. Well, we're all set up, so I'm going to set you up high somewhere around here, and hopefully the video works out. But yeah, the compressor's gonna be running, gonna be a lot of noise, a lot of dust and stuff in the air, so we'll see how it goes. But let's get spraying. One down, one to go, at least. Well, it's had time to flash off. I'm gonna get set up to spray the last coat. That'll give us a good even coverage over everything. This is the same way the Mercedes looked when I sprayed it. So yeah, I think it's gonna turn out really nice. I also need to prep this and see if I can get a coat on the top of it. But we'll see how that plays out. I'm not sure, because I kind of forgot to prep it. I'm going to have plenty of spray left over, so I might just wait and do it separately. But I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to get set up and get going. Well, we've got 3 coats on, and we've got complete coverage. Everything looks really good. So now, while everything's still a little on the tacky side, I'm going to go on and start peeling tape everything but the windshield, and because the windshield's not going to be an issue, but stuff that's got a real close edge, I want to peel it while it's wet so it doesn't take a chance on lifting anything. after it cures. Because if it cures to the tape and you go peeling and picking on it, that won't be any good. So we'll rip the back glass, rip the paper off the windows and the door handles, the lock, all that stuff, and we'll see what it looks like. Well, there we have it. Got 3 coats on, and now it's going to sit for a few days minimum to cure, if not a little longer, before I mess with it anymore. I do have also sprayed my visor over here, so I got to put it on as well. All the trim, I'm going to go around all this stuff that looks all nasty and everything. I'm going to mask everything off and paint it back satin black, as well as the door handles, the locks, all this stuff right through here. Got a lot to do yet. Gonna respray the bumper. Got to make some caps for it. I've been wanting to make something for this. I'm gonna do that as well. Respray the grill and get new headlights for it. I gotta get those ordered. But yeah. And the bed will go back on it, which the bed's going to get a coat of black Raptor Liner. I've already got it here. I got to order the toolboxes. I'm going to put boxes under both sides of the bed, right behind the cab. But yeah, it's coming along. I don't have a whole lot left to do. I do have, don't know if you'll be able to see it, back sitting over in the corner back there. But a brand new set of these 37s. They've been sitting back there for a year, 2 at this point. But they're going to go on here. I'm going to be cleaning up these wheels and painting them black as well. While the bed is off, I'm going to really get down on this frame back here, get everything cleaned up, check everything over really well, coat it inside and out, so rust will no longer be an issue, at least not for a long while. Also, while the bed's off, I want to go on and get my hitch put on, which I've got it's a draw tight hitch. It's got 16,000 pound rating on it. Should be plenty for most of what I do, and eventually I'm going to put a gooseneck ball on here as well. But that's down the road. It's not really high on the priority list because I don't have a gooseneck trailer currently, but I would like to get one. But anyways, I really like the way this stuff works. It lays down really nice. It covers just about anything as far as imperfections go. Yes, you can still see dents. I mean, you can see this one right here and this one right here. Like I said, I wasn't shooting for perfection. But you will never see little rock chips, scratches, stuff like that through this stuff. It covers really well. And from my experience, you've seen the Mercedes and several of the other videos. It's been coated now 3 years, and I can wash it. It looks like the day that I did it. Now, there were a couple places that chipped off around the windshield. That was lack of prep on my part. So I spent a little extra time on prep on this one, hoping that we won't have those issues. But if that does, it's not hard to touch this stuff up. And as you can tell with the texture, it's really easy to blend in if you need to. But Notice you cannot tell the cab corners, rockers, any of that was ever worked on now. And yeah, something that might aggravate a few people. These pretty well pristine front fenders that I found for this thing, went on and cut them up and rolled them in to clear the 37s, because we don't have a lift on this truck and I don't plan on running one. I don't want it any taller than it already is, because if it gets much taller, it's not going to be very useful. The goal is to make this truck be able to pretty well go wherever I need it to, pull whatever I need it to, and be reliable. I don't want a powerhouse. I'm not looking for 500 horsepower out of this thing. I just want to be able to jump in it, drive across country if I need to, and not have anything to worry about. The tires we're running on it are military takeoffs, and they wear extremely well. I got these years and years and years ago. They were probably 10, 15 years old minimum when I put them on the truck. I got them for 30 bucks a piece, and there was a company that was doing a wholesale closeout of seconds of these military takeoff tires. And as you can see, they are absolutely shot now with dry rot and cracking and everything else. But I've never had a failure out of them. And yeah, so I ordered a brand new set from them, and I don't know the date code on them. Don't really care. They've been stored indoors out of the elements. There's no signs of weather checking. There's still even got the little nubs all the way around the tires. So can't wait to put those on. I got to go through yet and rebuild the kingpins in the front before I put the tires on it, because we're getting some really uneven tire wear. And yeah, I don't want to destroy a brand new set of tires. But anywho, that is all to come. We got a lot more to do on this thing. But next up, we're going to, like I said, work on the back end of it, get the frame prepped, get the fuel system done, and get the bed put back on it so it's drivable again. As I need this thing on the road because it's the cheapest thing I've got to drive, which is kind of funny considering it's crew cab, 1-ton, 4-wheel drive. But anywho, with that said, I'm going to wrap this up here. If you guys got any questions, complaints, comments, drop them in the comment section below. I try to answer all of them, and I try to answer them as quickly as I can. If you would, hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out quite a bit and doesn't cost you anything. If you want to support the channel, we got a PayPal account set up. Link to that is in the video description. You can also check out the website for merch, Black Diesel gear. That's www.notsograndgarage.com. Whew, what a day. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We appreciate you watching.